Okay. Hi guys, happy Earth Day. Welcome to ReFashion Live. I'm Laura Madden, and I'm here with one of my good friends, Anicia Corona, and we've been trying together, by the way, don't worry, we've both been social distancing, quarantining for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. So we're gonna do our best to stay socially distanced during this video, but we've been trying to get together for quite some time now because she has an apartment, a new apartment that she is in the process of, you know, just styling to the max, and she needs some art. So she has taken it upon herself. She's accepted the challenge to make her own art, which I'm so psyched about. And so today we're gonna start something. Unfortunately, as you might know, it can take many, many, many layers and, you know, dipping your fingers in the paint to get a finished product. But today for sure, we're gonna show you the step one. And so Anicia, she has this canvas, which was actually purchased at Michael's. This was not a Repurpose canvas. We're gonna let her get away with it today. Kidding. And then she has newspaper. She has a very cool concept. So she has some newspapers which are actually going to go on as the first layer, the base layer. And so she is repurposing. So we want to make sure we show this to you on Art Day, because this is another way you can repurpose something, anything in your home. And we hope to inspire you to maybe try this at home. We are actually, in fact, asking you, recommending, suggesting, vouching that you try this at home. So we've got some newspapers laid out. She's got some backdrops that she wants to use on this canvas. She wants some desert scapes. She loves that desert scape and the mountains and just the beauty we have here. And she lives Paradise Valley, so we've got Paradise Valley newspapers. How perfect. Then she picked out some words from the newspapers that she also wants to show on her canvas. So we're gonna get started. If you have any questions, I'm gonna check, but we're a two-woman show here, so I'm gonna have to be going back and forth to the camera to check to see if there's any questions or comments. But if you do have a question, please use the little question mark button at the bottom of the screen to put your question or comment in, because if it's just in the comments, they get buried so easily. I'm gonna miss it. And unfortunately, I don't have any other devices to check my DMs, so please, if you have a question or comment, put it in that little question mark on the bottom of your screen. You just tap that and then you just type away. Okay, so Anicia, come on in, babe. Let's get things going. So I'm not sure if you can see or how much you can see, but we've got newspapers here. She's got some cool words. Hope you can see this. Risk life balance.
Do you want to show? So this.
Yes, let's show the inspiration. So this is the inspiration. I hope you can see this.
And then show the rest of them. So that one and I like that.
I love this. Of course, it's a face. Fashionable art, and there's some powerful messages, there's some powerful text in there which just, you know, ups the ante of the wow factor of the art. I'm hoping you can see this. I'm not sure. Again, forgive me, we don't have a camera crew here with us. It's just us. But this is the inspiration. I thought it was super cool. So her ultimate vision, though, is to have the newspaper as that base layer, kind of like it's going to be the foundation, and then she's gonna paint over that. And she would love to have some sort of a desert scape. And again, this is gonna be hanging in her own home. So I'm really excited for this to get underway. I'm excited to see the finished product. But the important thing to remember is there are no rules. I mean, you can do anything you want here, and there's no right or wrong. So if you hate it, fine. You can just paint right over it, and it totally, who cares? If you love it, awesome. You're done, and you have a great piece of art that you've made on your own. And part of why I really want to encourage people to do this is it's so easy to create a stylish lifestyle for yourself. And of course, on the message of sustainability, anything you can repurpose, the better. But, it also, I've been making my own art for many, many years, just to decorate my home. It's kind of what got me started doing this at all. And there's so much pride and just like, it just feels so good to walk through your home and see something that you've created on your own walls. So, powerful stuff. I hope you'll try it. So Anisia's here, and she's just kind of like cutting through the newspapers, just getting out those perfect little shots of what she wants to go on this. But at the same time, we can layer over it. So if it's more than what you want, to show, we can like layer again and again and again. So Anisia has glue that we're gonna start with, and we're gonna see how that goes to adhere the newspaper to the canvas. So we're gonna start with the glue. Now, me and my Repurpose don't throw anything away mine, I would use leftover paint because it's a little bit dry and sticky, it's a little bit tackier, and I know that's something that, you can get some newspaper to stick on here, so we have that ready at the helm in case we wanna try something else. I've got plenty of extra leftover paint that we could use. Try that out, but we're gonna try the glue first and see how it works, so we'll let you know. Again, send me your questions. I'm just gonna check the camera here. Coming in, and let's see. Oh, hey Claudia, Heidi, we're doing it, babe. We are doing it, you're next. Heidi's next. So as you can see, we've got newspapers, on the ground. I will admit this studio space is very, very dirty. It's super dusty. There's paint everywhere. For some reason, I feel the need to put down newspaper or put down paper rather, as if I'm really gonna protect the floor from getting dirtier, but the floor is already, a painter's dream, so I don't know why I bother, but I do.
I love it. This place is very, it's got the feels, and when you walk in here, it makes you feel more creative.
Yes, I love that. That's exactly what we're doing. So, having fun, making the best of this time, and making the best of Earth Day, for sure. So I hope you are as well at home. So, oh my God, it already looks very cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of you can go.
Love it.
You can go one of two ways. You can actually do print, like with words, from the articles in the newspaper, or you can do, these images. When you walk into my house, I have a view of Camelback Mountain.
Is this your view? I mean, this is almost, that's nuts.
This is my view.
That's cool.
I kind of wanted to bring out that nature look. Which I would do when I'm painting over the words, so I could do a little bit of both. I'm not sure. So I could do is just sample this out and see how it looks.
This is a killer view. I mean, who doesn't want to look at that,
So the image that I want to paint over will be cacti, or trees.
That would be cool.
Or mountains. So I don't know if I want to have nature on nature or nature on words. So I guess we can just figure out, as we go.
We'll know as we go. But those are all cool. I just love how it's like beautiful images that are, aspirational, inspirational. It's just, there's something to having something beautiful to look at, whether it's actually on your wall or on your coffee table. Beauty is so soothing, and I think that's why I love art so much, because I feel like it's an ultimate healer. It just, it makes you feel so good, and so important to surround yourself with things that you love to look at. And I think that's a really important thing that we're all coming to the realization of during this home isolation period, that your environment matters. And I recently was listening to an interior designer talk about, their design this way, and they refer to your home environment as your third skin. Your clothing is your second skin, which I totally buy. But they refer to your home environment as your third skin, and it really kind of is. That made so much sense to me, because what you surround yourself, what you see on a daily basis, it wears on you. And just like with clothes, it can lift you up, it can bring you down. So I buy that. I really, really do. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of home renovation projects that come out of this period. I'm already realizing some things about my home that I didn't realize before, but yeah, I really want to change. So the next 10 years will be full out home renovation project mode.
What I really wanted to do on this was to have words and articles that were related to almost the COVID-19 situation that we're
my
in.
God.
I thought it would be kind of nice to have that memory of just this time.
Yeah.
As for example, like this article right here, even though it has an image of a cross, it still says,
Oh, cool.
religious sects forsake gathering while uplifting members during COVID-19.
So you know when this was made. It's almost like a
Yeah.
timestamp.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool.
It's unique in that
And
way.
it's another way to really personalize the art. You know, this is personal for all of us. You know, everybody is in it. There's no escaping this experience of, you know, life being kind of somewhat on hold or life being altered, pivoting. I know I say this every time I get on here, but I do hope that you're at home, safe as well. I hope you have the luxury of staying home, because at this point, there's so many people that don't. I really do feel like it's a luxury that I get to be here and film something for fun. Fun for me. Hopefully it's fun for you. I know it's fun for Anicia because she's soon gonna have some art.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, I have been putting this off for a while, and
Yeah, you've had the idea for a long
I
time. Yeah.
This is definitely, you know, just obviously, I'm working from home, and you know, it's my time to kind of do this self-improvement stuff, home improvement stuff. So
Yeah.
I thought, why not? You know,
Yeah,
great
I
time
love
to
it.
start doing it.
I love it. Okay, so let's get the glue. Let's start let's start getting some stuff. So again, excuse the poor video quality. I know the acoustics in here are horrible and the lighting. But this is kind of like one of my things that has developed out of this period. It's letting go of perfection and just doing it anyway, because, I mean, who really cares? I don't know. I did care for a really long time, and I would never put out a video if it wasn't perfect with the lighting and the acoustics and backdrop and all of that. But here I am, messy, dirty. It's hot. There's no air conditioner in here, and we can't do the fan. We have a fan, but everything would blow.
Oh, that's true.
And it's so dirty and dusty. I'm afraid it would be like a major dust ball. But we're here. We're doing it anyway. Okay. So what should we start with? Which? I feel like maybe the mountain that we love so much should go on last, because we want to make sure that shows
Goes over?
through.
Okay.
Because that's so killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's no real, I think, like step-by-step process. It's just grab and put on. And another thing to think about is straight or crooked, or
Let's do
you know,
crooked. Let's do crooked.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always go over it with something a little more straight.
Yeah, the
Is
Virgo in me wants to go straight, but I mean, obviously that's why I'm doing these projects, because I want to be more creative.
Yeah.
And
no
look
rules.
different. Yeah.
No rules. Okay, so the glue, or do you want to use the paint, the leftover paint? I mean, I don't know. You can try the glue to start.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, will that paint will it actually leave bubbles, or?
Might leave a little. But
I
Yeah,
want
texture.
texture, so that's okay.
It might leave a little.
That would be okay.
I mean, so we could try. So guys, this is a little paintbrush. This is some leftover house paint on here. The air has gotten to it, maybe more than, you know, basically it's not useful for anything else other than my art and my abstract art. This paint is far past its prime. It's not going to be used to paint a wall, at least not in my home anyway. So perfect paint, a little bit thickened. Okay, you tell me where are we gonna go with the first?
Start in the middle,
Right
and
here?
go outside, yeah.
And you actually, this is white paint, but because she's putting something over it that will fully cover the paint, you could do a color. It doesn't have to be white. You could do a peach, which I do have. My entire house, inside and out, was this horrible peach. It's called Egyptian pyramid, but it's a horrible peach, salmon, something color. Literally, my entire house, inside and out. It was so horrible. But you could use that, you know, because the newspaper going over will cover, which she will then eventually paint over that newspaper, so that will be covered. So I've got my huge vat here, which I'm so obsessed with. I'm not gonna put a ton. I think maybe we should start like a little bit at a time. But again, moral of the story, no rules. There are no rules here whatsoever. So, and there's no right or wrong, because you know what, I've done some things that I thought, oh fuck, I just ruined this. And then, you know, a couple days later I realized it's done. So sometimes the flaws are the biggest gifts, or the perceived flaws are exactly the look and feel that you were looking for. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta like go with it. Okay, so we wanna get some things on here quick, because this is gonna dry. Okay. So this paint, it does dry pretty quickly. Another tip I just wanna share, Anisi mentioned en route, coming over here, she got a little bit of like a mark in the canvas. It looks like maybe it got stretched a little bit, would you say?
I have the canvas holder, or
the canvas holder.
Basically something was behind it.
Yeah. So if you find you get an imperfection in the canvas, like it got stretched a little bit, or there's like a little, what do you even call it? Like a little divot. You can fix that, and I have done it and it works. Literally, if you spray the back of the canvas with water, you lay it out in the sun, so the back of the canvas actually dries in the sun. It will tighten up that canvas. So, you know, another reason why I endorse upcycling and repurposing canvases from, you know, a secondhand source is that if you find a canvas that's got a little bit, you know, it's got some imperfections, it looks like it was stretched or something came from behind and left a mark, you can correct that. I have tried it and it works. You just spray the back of that canvas with water, lay it out in the sun, and you know, it dries up and it tightens it. Good as new. I've tried it and it works. Oh my God, this looks so amazing already. I can't even believe it. Look, I mean, I don't even believe it. And they're sticking, it's staying?
Yeah, I need a little bit more.
Okay. So we're gonna add a little bit more paint, like down here. I don't wanna.
So there's a couple spots where they're overlapping, likely maybe the glue to do those parts.
Yeah, maybe to find
to save, because I'm with my hands getting a little bit of paint on them. I'm touching, and then the paint might mess it up.
So yeah, for these little edges that are popping up, the glue might be better because it's a little more of it's a little more exact, or a lot more exact actually. You have a little bit more control. So, and the other thing, yeah, I mean, some of this you may paint over, so whatever you're seeing here, you know, pretty much anything can be corrected. And again, this is not something that I've done before. This was 100% Anisia's vision, and so we're just playing and we're gonna see what happens. I would love to, you know, help her bring it to life, because it's just something that, you know, she's had this like vision for a while, and it's a really cool idea. I'm sure you've seen art out there where it's like, it's got newspaper as the background, and you can see that newspaper just kind of shining through. I think it's a really cool look. Wow, so neat. I think we should get a word.
Yeah, so especially, I mean, my plan is to really just do like almost one cactus.
Painting.
So yeah,
painting
just like the image of a cactus in black. So
yes,
it's almost like the background is really in itself the art, and it's just like, you know.
That's so cool. So anyone out there, is there anyone out there, I want you to put in the comments, do you do collaging? I mean, this is kind of like collaging in a way.
Yeah.
I haven't done much of that other than my vision board, which I wouldn't totally count, but I love it. Okay, let's do a word.
Yeah, and in a way it is almost like a vision board.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, these houses here in Paradise Valley are beautiful, and you know, when I moved here from San Francisco about 2 years ago. I said, if I'm gonna move to Arizona, I'm getting out of the city and I want to live in nature, and I want to see mountains, and I want to see trees and palm trees and cactus and water and pools. And so, you know, this is really the ideal neighborhood. I think Paradise Valley captures that really well. And I love the houses here, the way that they're set up with their pools.
Yes,
so
it's gorgeous. I mean, it's like just perfect.
Seeing that, yeah, and I love how they do the landscaping here in Arizona. There's really so much greenery, even though it's the desert. You know, people just assume it's like there's only like rocks and sand.
Yes.
And it's so different, and we see mountains everywhere, and so this kind of captures the beauty and essence of living in Arizona.
It's cool. I think she's onto something.
A lot of fire pits going on.
Yes, a lot of fire pits. It gets cold here in the desert. It does. The sun goes down and it gets cold. So there's a lot of fire pits here. But yeah, Paradise Valley, if you're local to Arizona, you know Paradise Valley, major, you know, it's a more exclusive area, so picturesque. It's surrounded by mountains. I mean, we've got the Phoenix Preserve, we've got Camelback Mountain, we've got Mummy Mountain. You know, if you're living on the east side of Paradise Valley, you know, way out in the distance, it's the, what is it, Apache Junction? What is that mountainscape there?
I don't know.
There's something. North Mountain? No, I don't know
South
what it is.
Mountain?
No, that's the other way. But then you can also see the McDowell Mountains way out.
Yeah,
so
those are beautiful.
Yeah, if you get a home in Paradise Valley, go for it. So, so let us know, what do you think of this, how this is coming along? And again, remember, this is only step one. Like, this is nowhere near the finished product, but just to show the extent of what might go into the making of a piece of art. I mean, and, you know, at the same time, the making of a piece of art usually has many different lives. I mean, the vision can shift so many times. Like, one layer, it's like, oh no, I think I'm gonna go there. Next layer, oh wait, I think I'm gonna go that way. So that's kind of the fun of it. Some people that, you know, if you're a real control freak, it might not be that fun for you, but I think doing art to the extent that I am has helped me to be less of a control freak, or at least doing abstract art. I don't know. That's been my experience. So hugely in favor. So I'm going to check the comments, guys. Leave me your comments if you have a question. Oh, hey, hello. Superstitions. Thank you, Marion Burns Art. Oh my gosh, you are awesome. Thank you. Yes. Hey, Marion Burns Art. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, so on the west, Arizona, Apache Junction, we've got the Superstition Mountains, which are so awesome. Okay, so thank you. All right, so let's add more paint. Okay, well, I'll let you do it just so
Down here.
Just so I'm not doing. This is Anicia's project. So, but I hope this is inspiring to you guys. Oh, you maybe need a little more. I mean, you do kind of have to like take kind of like a chunk. Maybe even more. Although, you know what, that might be enough to stick. And so another thing she can do when this is all done is she can take a glaze and spray this. I know I have one somewhere in here. Yes, you can get them at, you know, art supply stores. You can get them in hardware stores, Home Depot, but it's like clear and it's a glaze. It's a, you know, spray, and you can just spray the whole thing. It kind of secures it. If you want it to be a little bit shiny, you can get one with shine. If you want it to be a little more matte, you can get one with matte. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep going. Again, let me know, is this inspiring you at all? Is this instigating some ideas of some art that you maybe will do on your own? Let me know.
And I mean, considering you can go one of two ways, all of like words or pictures.
Right.
Maybe you guys can comment about what you prefer better.
Yeah.
If you would actually want articles or just words or pictures.
Right. And I mean, it is kind of cool. You could rip out a page of a newspaper, like a whole article, and that would be a cool timestamp. Or if it's something meaningful to you, like an event or something that was happening in the world that is personal and meaningful to you, that you might want to have as a reminder, hopefully something positive. But I do feel like this is a really cool idea, because this whole pandemic time, this is a very unique time, and hopefully we will never have this time again. So I'm so psyched Anicia is like doing something creative and something positive, with some of that extra time we all have in our hands, most likely. But again, it's like we hope that we will never have this time again. But if we do, we got ideas, things we can do. And I've been talking a lot on here. If you've seen any of my recent posts, or even my ReFashion talk lives that I do on my other Instagram at I'm Laura Madden, I've been talking a lot about the therapeutic effects of creativity on the ReFashion talk live. I talk more about getting dressed as my art, and that has been very therapeutic and extremely creative. It gets me in my creative brain. It gets me in a creative state. It gets me in a playful state. But being creative can be anything you want it to be. I mean, it can be anything to anybody. Being out in my garden, weeding, like cleaning it up, that feels creative. Of course, getting in this space and playing around with my paint and creating art on a canvas, that of course, yes, is very, very creative. But again, it can be anything, and it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody, but I for sure feel that it has helped me keep my sanity to do creative things. I've been making a lot of jewelry using broken pieces from old jewelry, and a friend of mine had given me a whole huge bag of jewelry. Many of it was broken pieces, and I'm having so much fun upcycling that, repurposing those broken pieces into something new, something that I've been wearing a lot of this stuff because I'm loving it. But again, it's getting me in my creative state, my playful state. And I really do believe that if you're feeling super anxious about the sign of the times, which who isn't to some degree, I really feel that being creative and getting yourself in that creative state, it can get you out of it, at least for the time being, because those things, creativity, fear, those things live on different sides of your brain. So it's really near impossible to be in both states at once. So if you're feeling really fearful, uncertain, just anxious, please try and do something for yourself that is creative. And for me, I've shared, it's like part of my mental health strategy right now. It's part of my wellness strategy. And it's for sure therapeutic. It's been a really, really good tool to help me get out of that like gloom and doom that I'm sure everyone out there is experiencing to some extent. So let's see. Wow, this is looking very cool. We're fine tuning. We've got another. Ooh, that's a cool patio.
Yeah, I love that. It reminds me of like Tahoe, which
Totally.
is like my place.
Totally.
I mean, it's interesting how the desert can look like Lake Tahoe, but,
Yeah.
but it's got the wood and just all the greenery. And it surprises a lot of people that Arizona is so green.
Yeah. Oh my God. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, that desert like fauna. There's a lot of green here.
I mean, golf courses.
Oh my God. I know. Well, we even have pine trees in our neighborhood, which is really interesting. You wouldn't think to find pine trees in the desert, but we get pine trees next to palm trees, and it's really cool. Okay, I love this one so much. So she pulled out the text, risk life balance. And again, it was just found in this Paradise Valley newspaper. Let me see. Oh, just to show you the front page of what we're using. If you're Arizona local, you may be familiar with this. It's Town of Paradise Valley Independent newspaper. So that's exactly what we're using, and so Anicia has saved up a whole stack of them. And that's what's happening here. That looks so cool.
So my hands are full of
Oh no.
paint,
Yes, see, I know, yeah.
glue, and newspaper, and it's actually getting on this. But the point of this is that's okay.
Yeah.
And because eventually we'll go over it with a color.
Right.
And you know, perfection is not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Kind of just like this like weathered, industrial,
Weathered.
very textured look. And you know, is
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Yeah. And it'll blend together better when it's like kind of diffused just from, you know, naturally just from working on it.
And not even having everything just straight down. Obviously that's why I said the paint was okay underneath it. It's not just solid, you know, just straight down, because again, that's part of the texture.
Yeah, it gives more interest too. It's more interesting to the eye to have things kind of placed here and there. One's turned a little bit this way, one's a little crooked the other way. When things are so perfect and straight, you know, it's really not that interesting, is it? So this is really giving a little more interest.
It's like life.
Yeah, and it's like almost like a mood board. Like, what kind of mood do you want to be in? Think of any piece of art you put in your home as like a mood board, because it is going to affect your mood, just like, you know, with what you choose to put on your body, it's going to affect your mood. So that third skin, your home environment, is going to affect your mood. So this is like the mood that Anisi wants to feel in her home. We've got like beautiful desert scape, beautiful homes, beautiful patios. We've got sunsets and some powerful words. So I'm gonna just check the comments here. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Ed3305, thanks for watching. Send us your questions. Again, if you could use the question mark button at the bottom of the screen. Ed3305, let us know your questions. I know Ed is going to be making his own art soon as well. So, you know, make sure you send us your questions. I can't guarantee that we have all the answers, but let us know what you need to know here. Okay. Who's inspired? I don't know. I might change my whole paradigm for art making. I don't know. This is cool. I've got newspapers. I've got tons of magazines. So, and I love the idea of having like almost a pseudo mood board, but a piece of art. I just love that idea. So I know you might not be able to see this all that well from where our camera is situated right now, but hopefully you can get the idea of what we are doing. Anicia, what are you feeling? What are you thinking so far about this?
I don't know. It's, you know, because I still am going back and forth between having just print or having pictures.
See, that even is kind of cool.
I'll have probably, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want both. I think I just want pictures. Maybe a little, like, that's okay because it's a picture with words.
Yeah.
But I do kind of want to stick to just pictures and words.
More color, you
and
thinking?
instead of, you know, this throughout the whole entire thing.
Yeah. That would be a totally different look.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll make one of each and see which one I like better.
So, yeah, like Anicia's saying she wants this to be more picture heavy. And I do feel like that gives more of that mood board effect. Which, I mean, honestly, no stretch at all here, no exaggeration. I feel better already just looking at these pictures. I mean, honestly, beautiful properties in Paradise Valley. You know, we've got this Camelback Mountain view at sunset. That is, if you've ever, you know, been lucky enough to see Camelback at sunset, it is an intoxicating picture. It really is. It's so beautiful. So, I mean, it's just interesting just standing here in the short time that I have been with Anicia doing this. It's like lifted my mood already because it's beauty. It's looking at beauty and it's these aspirational pictures of, you know, these beautiful desertscapes and home spaces. So, I love that. The next, okay, now we've got a block of text problem solvers. I love that. So Anicia is like Miss Problem Solver. Like seriously, she definitely wears that hat. So this is very.
You picked out the word and I thought it is perfect for me.
Totally is. Totally is. So again, making it more personal, and I guarantee you, if you just, open the door, just start to look, I guarantee you're gonna start finding all these cool things. Pictures or words or things that you might want to put into your own art, or maybe a picture of a piece of art that, gives you an idea that might work for your space. And I'm not saying to go out and copy someone's art, for sure not. I think I'm pretty much incapable of copying art, because if I'm not able to like draw or paint things, because everything I do is abstract, so nothing ever really comes out exactly how I envision it to. It's just not my gift, it's not my talent. But it's great to look at other people's art and spaces to get inspiration, to get the ideas, and to formulate that vision for yourself if you're not quite seeing it or feeling it yet. So we've got risk-life balance. Join the transformation. I mean, who doesn't want that? I love it. I'm like transformation junkie over here. Life coach, recovering life coach. And then we've got problem solvers. And which I also think is kind of interesting, the irony of you choosing that, because not only is it personal to your personality, but we're in a huge mess of a problem right now. All over the world, we're in a problem. And, I think we want the problem solved. So,
and life in itself is a bunch of problems back to back.
Right.
We are trying to solve each one.
Right. Interesting. I love this. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, so there's a piano in here with a rock wall. I absolutely love rock walls. Like, that to me is ideal. Yet a wood ceiling, and then in the background you have like this desert landscape.
Oh my God.
Right,
Tons of windows, gorgeous view, well styled space. Yes. All right, guys. Well, last chance. Type in your questions or comments. And I'm gonna check one more time, and then we're gonna wrap soon. We've been on for, at least 45 minutes. Marion Burns art, I missed the first part. Did you gesso over an old painting? We actually did not. We actually did not gesso over the old painting. This was a new canvas. Anicia had purchased this at Michael's, and
the reason I did, instead of getting something that was older, because it was like 50% off, and it was a huge canvas, and I thought, I want something really big. It is actually kind of hard to find.
It's a good size. I should have gotten the measurements, but I will share it. We'll find out. But this canvas, I'm not sure if you can tell the scale, but it's a pretty good size canvas. So no, I'm sorry, Marion Burns art. We did not gesso this. That was one of the items we actually did not have at the moment. We just used the tacky old house paint, and that's what we're fixing. So this is just the canvas, raw canvas, and then she is going to paint over this eventually. So there will be many layers, but no. You did not miss the gesso. We did not gesso this canvas.
That would look really nice though. It would add texture.
Yes. So we will have a part 2 of this. So again, this is just phase 1. This is step 1. And if you're at home and you want to try this, I encourage you, don't necessarily put a timeline on this for yourself. Just work until you don't want to anymore. If you have that luxury of time and the ability, if you have that flexibility and freedom, work until you don't feel inspired to work anymore. Because once you get to that point where you're pushing yourself and you're forcing, that's when the inspiration is gone. I've tried that. It's no, damn it, I'm gonna finish this painting today. Doesn't work that way. So if the inspiration, if it loses you, if it escapes you, then just give yourself a break and maybe come back to it later in the day or another day when you feel inspired to chip away at it again. So again, go where the energy is, follow the energy, follow the inspiration, and when you feel moved to start creating, that's when I feel like the really good stuff is gonna come. If we force it, or if we try to force it, I don't feel like, it's not gonna be the same. So that's my little tip for today. I hope you got something out of this. Again, this is just phase one. We will show you the continuation at a later time. Please stay close. I will be sharing more lives. I will be doing more live upcycling. Excuse the mess, excuse the poor, camera setup, but we're here and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you guys. Anicia, thank you for joining me. This was fun. Did you have fun?
Yes.
She had fun.
It should be really exciting to see that.
Yeah, and
End of it.
one step closer to having her own work of art in her own home.
Yes, thanks, Laura.
Thank you. Thanks guys for joining. Happy Earth Day. We'll see you next time. Let's give him one last shot. One last shot. So that's where we're at, phase one. All right. Bye-bye, guys. That's not recording. Oh, shit. They were supposed to be somewhere that we could save this.